Hey guys, how's it going? We have a pile of plants to plant today, and this is one plant, and I'm going to so instead of doing a huge drift of all of these plants, which would be spectacular, my property doesn't have much cohesiveness. It has a lot of randomness to it, and so my thought was, what if I did groupings of three? So I'm going to do 3 groupings of 3 just to get these plants all tied in together, and these plants divide extremely easy. There's Brent petting the dogs, trying to hide behind a tree. So this is the allium called Serendipity. This is what it looks like when it is in full bloom. It is so cool. I had been seeing this plant for a couple years now, and then I saw it down at Janie's house, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this plant. And then I saw it when I was in Ohio, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get that plant. I gotta have it. And so I'm really excited because I have 9 of them. I already brought one down to one of my friends' house. I had 10 of them, and I was like, 10's kind of a weird number. So 9 of them is a better number. And we're going to do 3 groupings of 3 just to tie the property in around in certain areas a little bit better. And then as the years go on, I will just cut these in half and divide them. That's all you do is literally chop them in half, and then you have a whole new plant. And they get about 20 inches tall. They need full sun, so they're going to go in some full sun areas, which actually this will be kind of a cool experiment to try and see how they do in different areas, because one's going to be full morning sun to afternoon, and then one is going to be full hot afternoon sun, and then one is also going to be kind of a mix of both of those. So I think it'll be a good little test to this plant. This is the growing zones 3 through 8. I'm in a growing zone 9, but I don't follow zone 9. I plant like I'm in a zone 7 sometimes even. Growing zones just tell you how cold you get. I'm not worried about how cold I get. I'm more worried about heat tolerant and all of these different things. And so the fact that Janie grew it and it was beautiful, it was really exciting. They get these like pinkish purple globes on the top. So cool, so fragrant, and the bees absolutely love them. I am really, really excited about this plant. Let's see, did I miss anything? Oh, and they bloom late summer. So these ones are all done blooming, so it's just the foliar growth, which is fine. The foliar growth actually does not bother me at all. It looks like it's just a short little grass, which I think is kind of cool. So let me show you guys where I'm going to get these planted this morning, and we will get to it. So these are my plants that I got right here. And I mean, they're all really, really good size. So this is one single plant right here, and I've had it for way too long. And I think they're going to be really, really cool in the landscape. Let me show you guys where they're going to go. So in this bed that I've been doing a lot of work in, that is the amaranth right there. That one's called Love Lies Bleeding. I get questions every time that I show that. So I just kind of want to do like a little grouping right here. This petunia right here, it's a black one, has not performed well at all. So I'll probably just end up pulling that, and we'll just kind of go do, do, do. Just a nice little trio. And then we have this bed right here. And I need to pull up this grass that's right here. And I want to do 3 of them right here, just kind of in a short little row. Maybe I'll even go 1, 2, 3. Small triangle of 3 right here. Actually, that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna fill this hole in, because this is going to be the edge right here of this bed. So I gotta pull all of this Bermuda grass out pretty quickly, and then just do. And I think that that'll be really nice. And then the last 3 are gonna go in this bed, because this section is full sun. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna do kind of like a L shape right here, or a V shape, or whatever you want to call it. Just kind of follow that, and then that way it's all kind of tight. And we've got one here, we have one on the other side, and one on the back side. So that way we have one here, and then if I turn slowly, we'll have one there, and then we will have some back there. So that way the property kind of feels slightly cohesive, and things all start to like come together, if that makes sense. I also wanted to pop up this clip really quickly because I was getting out of the shower to get ready for this video, and this morning Brent comes knocking on the door, and he goes, "Are you in here?" I was like, "Yeah." He's all, "I gotta show you something." Let's roll the clip. Why is there a frog in the house? Get him out. That was my morning. He decided to bring a frog into the house, and yeah, I live with a man-child. So I thought that you guys would get a cake out of that. Let's get these planted now. think that those are going to be so perfect right there. They're going to be backed by a rose and by a deutzia and then some phlox. And so we're getting a little more color into this bed. And I just kind of edged just this area. You can see the Bermuda grass creeping in. There's not a great tactic to deal with Bermuda grass. It just kind of spreads, and it spreads by rhizome. So you just have to really get the rhizomes out. This whole entire area was full of Bermuda grass, and I spent days on my hands and knees pulling it, and I have been able to keep it out. This year I just didn't keep up on it, and so it's slowly spread back into this area. I mean, it was all the way back into here. So you have to just kind of keep up on it. A lot of people deal with it. If you want it out, you're gonna have to hand pull it, and you're gonna have to hand pull it for a while. It's gonna take a lot of work. So just this little section took me a few minutes. My plan is this fall is to get rid of all of this Bermuda grass over there, and so that way all of that can be planting space. But I think that those are gonna be so beautiful, a nice little pop of color, and it's gonna help tie into the rest of the property. So let's go get the rest of those planted now. I was getting those planted, and Brent and I heard a baby. I think we have a baby finch in the aviary. So exciting. I'm gonna go in there, see if I can get a peek of one of the babies. I don't know how many there are, but this is the first time that we're hearing them. I was in the middle of planting this, and we both just kind of like stopped, froze, and look at each other. So this is gonna be really cool. Let's go see how many we find. So in our aviary, the finch had laid eggs. They had a ton of eggs laid in here, and we think that they had about 15. And we didn't think they were gonna actually have any other babies because it had been a really long time and none of the eggs had hatched. I think I heard it from this nest. So I'm gonna look in there really quick. So Brent went and grabbed the flashlight. See those little tufts of feathers? They're all hiding. They have their eyes closed right now. 3 babies. I just checked the rest of the nest and no other babies. So we have 3 babies in one nest. That's crazy because that nest had, I think, 3 or 4 eggs in it. So to have that many that like hatched, so crazy. The other nests do have eggs in them. All of them have eggs except for one. So we'll give them a few more days. They're still laying on their eggs. So it could be a good sign. But we have 3 more babies, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, the numbers, they keep growing. Well, with that, let's get these last 3 planted. We're gonna get them planted right along here. I think I'm gonna end up having to pull this one sedum, which is fine because I think the dogs were trampling it anyways. I can see there's a broken branch right there. Yeah, you, ma'am. Were you trampling my plants? It was both of them. They go right through here. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. They go up this and then they cut the corner. Instead of being civilized and going around, they just cut the corner. So we're gonna put an end to that, and I'm gonna do a little planting right here. So it'll go 1, 2, pull the sedum, pop the 3rd one in right there, and that'll actually be really fun because the sedums are gonna get about here. And then this is a rose. This is the itsy bitsy nectarine rose, and it's more compact. This is probably as tall as it's gonna get, and then it'll get a little bit wider, and so it's gonna be these like nectarine color blooms, or these like peachy color blooms. You can see this is one right here. This is actually not how they normally look, so that's like a mutated bloom right there, but they are that color. They're actually just more full. So it'll be that color with the alliums in front, which I think will just be really gorgeous. Kind of like that's what you'll see is that right there. Isn't that pretty? Oh, also I did get new cushions for the settee that we have right here. There's a pine tree up above, and it was covering the bench in sap, and so I got these. You can see kind of some of the sap right here. So I got these from IKEA. They were super affordable, and they're not really going to be used as cushions. They're just going to be used more as like protectors for the wood, and then these will just have to come up when you go to sit down, so that way you don't sit in any sap. but then they look cute this way until you have to sit down. That little trio is incredibly pleasing to my eye. That feels so nice. I do want to tuck something in kind of right back there. I think that that's going to be fabulous. And I just moved that one sedum that was where that allium is, and I tucked it in right here a little closer to the border. Maybe I'll find something that I can do ground cover wise right there. I think that that'll be really pretty. Those look so good. I'm so pleased with it. Let me show you guys where the rest of them ended up. You saw, but let me show you again in case we forget. So I've been working hard on this bed a little bit. We've got the yarrow right here, and then up here I've got the coreopsis. And somebody had asked, why did I do the taller plant in front of the yarrow? Because yarrow doesn't get super tall. I don't love yarrow foliar growth, but I love the bloom spikes. And so my thought was that the coreopsis is going to get a good size, and then the yarrow blooms will reach just about that same height, and so it'll kind of be like a cool little sea of yellow right there. I don't know, that's what I wanted to do. I don't enjoy the yarrow foliar growth, so I kind of wanted to hide those a little bit, and I thought that this would be a cool big impact, and I'll get blooms from kind of top to bottom, and maybe I'll go in with some type of sedum or something like that for ground cover in here. But that's why I did that. And then the alliums, which will just kind of be behind it, will be also really cool. I think those are gonna be so gorgeous right there. And then next year I'm gonna come in with things that are a little bit taller. I've got some baptisia right here, which will get about that tall. And I would like to just kind of like mimic that and do bigger things. Did you guys see that giant bee? That thing just was huge, just flew by. But I would like to do bigger things in here. And so it's not just all flat. So I'm trying to add variance of heights. And also when you're walking back this way, these will be lower, and then this will be kind of the higher background. Do you guys hear the babies? The babies are so annoying. And they're so ugly. Oh, but they're so cute. They're so sweet. Very excited to have those babies. Anyways, excited to get those. Let me show you guys the last section. And then this is the very last section. These are in full morning sun, so these will be in sun from now, which it's about 9 o'clock right now, and that is not my rooster, just a reminder. So 9 o'clock to usually maybe 1:30 in the afternoon. So it'll get full morning sun and a little tiny bit of afternoon sun. The ones I just showed you guys, they will get full afternoon sun, but I think that that's going to be so pretty. And then I've got the white blooms right here from the rose, and then right behind that is a deutzia, and then a very, very sad Hakonakloa, which I'm hoping just rebounds next year. And then Brent has kind of come behind, and he's ran irrigation to all of these plants. So I don't have to do any irrigation. He's doing it all for me, which has been really, really nice. So he ran the irrigation to all of my alliums. I don't have to run the irrigation at all. It's been so nice. He's actually doing all my cleanup too, which has been really nice. Like I'm throwing these containers, and I threw the grass, the Bermuda grass, and he went around and he picked it all up. It's been amazing. I'm just making messes, and he's just following right behind, cleaning everything up. There he is with my auger. He's trying to be quiet. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. It was really nice to get out in the morning, and I think tomorrow we're gonna go to Wintour Gardens and we're gonna go do a little plant shopping because I want to get the front window basket filled. The one that we built, it's got these pachoas in it, and the pachoas, I think they've just kind of run out of energy. So I want to get those pulled out, and I want to get planted for fall in there. I don't know, I want to find something festive, fall-y. So that is the plan for tomorrow. Is we're going to do a little tiny bit of plant shopping, which I'm really excited about. I love going plant shopping. I haven't been to Wintour Gardens in a very, very long time. I also wanted to give a shameless plug about this t-shirt right here. This is from a small business. It's from one of my friends over on Instagram. Her company is called Pratt Landscape Design. She's a landscape designer in California here, and she focuses on like a lot of natives, and she's very heavy into that. She's actually also been on Janie's podcast, if you've listened to her podcast. And I met Lauren when I was down at the Monrovia trip. That's how we came in contact, and she's the sweetest person ever. So she designs really cool shirts. So this one says plant life on it, and it's perfect for Halloween with the skull and the mushrooms and all of that. So I just had to give a little shameless plug about that. I'm gonna link that in the description down below. Her website is prattlandscapedesign.com, I think. Pop it up on the screen, and we'll put her link to this shirt in the description down below. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.